It's time for another tag video. The tag we're gonna do today is the Bookish A-Z Hot or Not tag. And I was tagged by Cliff Stark Gems. I will link his channel down below if you want to check him out. So what it says for this one is try to be fast and on topic, and I will try to do that because sometimes I go off the rails and get super distracted. There can always be exceptions, and it depends, explanations, but go for the gut reaction to the prompt in general terms, pick either hot or not. All right, let's go. So, A, audiobooks. I don't really listen to a lot of audiobooks, but if I'm in the car, hot, because obviously I can't read a physical book in the car. B is, I'm gonna say this word super wrong. Okay. Bildungsroman. Building Romans? What? Anyways, it says dealing with a person's formative years or spiritual education. And if we're talking about stories about that, I guess hot, because I like stories about people's formative years or spiritual education. Sure. Children's books. Children's books are cool. I'm gonna go with cool. I'm not gonna say hot or not, because is that weird? That sounds kind of awkward. And in my brain, pedophile-ish to call children's books hot. That's just my own neurosis. Please take that with a grain of salt. Children's books are cool. Next, we have digital. If we're talking about ebooks, then hot, yes. E, experimental. I like weird stuff. I would say experimental can be weird or strange, and I say hot. Fantasy. I love fantasy books. Hot. Graphic novel. Definitely hot. Horror. Hot, on fire, you're standing in molten lava. Horror is the best. And I love it. Inspirational. Hot. Everybody wants to be inspired. Why wouldn't you? That's hot. Journalism. This is one of those it depends. There's so much that is a joke. Cough. Fox News. Cough. Newsmax. OAN. Garbage. Fire. Crap. That's not hot at all. And it's garbage, but there is some good journalism, so it depends. It depends. Anyway, moving on. Kitsch has a popular or sentimental appeal. Hot, why wouldn't that be? L, library. The library is my favorite place on earth, outside of bookstores. The library might be more favorite because the books there are free. And yeah, super hot. All right, next we have mystery. I love a good mystery, and growing up, I was a huge Nancy Drew mystery reader, and I love them. So definitely hot. Nonfiction, hot. I love nonfiction. I don't read enough of it. I need to read more of it. Honestly, I need to do at least one a month because I get so into horror so much sometimes that I leave a lot of the other genres out. But I digress. We're moving on. Next is omnibus. I don't know what that means. Omnibus? What the fuck is that? Okay, so I had to look it up, and it says a volume containing several novels or other items previously published separately. Oh, that's hot. I like that. Sorry, I did not know what that was. Poetry. Hot. Quests. When the protagonist goes on a quest, physical or spiritual. Okay. Super hot. As someone who loves to read and yet also loves to play video games, and I love video games that are adventure games with quests, quests are totally hot. Romance. I'm not a big romance reader, but the romance genre is overall hot because it's romance. It's spicy. That's what it's supposed to be. Sci-fi. Hot. I love sci-fi. Translation. Books translated from one language into another. I love translated fiction, so definitely hot. Übermensch. The Superman or extraordinary human. Characters who can do everything. Hot. I love that. I love a good, superhero kind of story. Victorian literature from 1837 to 1901. Okay, I am on the fence about Victorian literature. I have a really hard time reading older books just because the flow of them, just because a lot of times I get I don't know what it is. And maybe if I revisited them now, a lot of those books that one would consider Victorian, I probably tried to read when I was too young, and I found a lot of it very boring. So I'm not going to say hot or not for this one. I say that's something I need to revisit. Next, we have Western. And from what I've read of Westerns, I would say hot, super fun. X-rated. I mean, I don't really read X-rated stuff, so I don't know. I mean, X-rated stuff is supposed to be hot, but some of it's effing gross. Don't want your stepsister, stepmom, stepdad porn, okay? Get that out of here. It's not hot. Anyway, that's my mind goes straight to the gutter. I am kind of indifferent because I don't really read X-rated stuff or erotica. Young adults. I say hot. I love young adult stuff. Zeitgeist. Spirit or mood of the times. Well, that one depends because the current times tend to be very depressing. So that's not very hot. I don't know. Just that one all depends, I would say. If you found this tag to be fun and think you might like to do it, consider yourself tagged. And if you're a fan of tag videos, the next video coming up will be another tag video, so stick around, check it out. And if you had fun hanging out today, hit that subscribe button, come back, see me again, and we'll talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.